You spilled sweet liquid on your gamepad, and now the buttons are sticky or stopped working at all? You may think the controller is completely damaged, and it's easier to buy a new one. But I assure you, this is not a problem. I purposely spilled cola on my gamepad, and I will prove to you, even in the most damaged cases, it can be restored. Welcome to How-FixIT. In this video guide, I'm going to show you how to restore water-damaged Xbox Series X or Series S gamepad. What tools you will need to repair your Xbox Series X controller. Use isopropyl alcohol to clean the controller. Please note, not other solvents containing chemical elements. Use only isopropyl alcohol at least 70%. To disassemble, you need 2 screwdrivers, Torx T8 and Torx T6, soft bristle brush or toothbrush. Plastic opening tools will help disassemble and not damage the gamepad housing. Tweezers are a very useful tool during the repair process. Cotton swabs for cleaning electronic components. I also recommend using a magnetic mat and laying out each screw step by step during the disassembly process. Throughout this repair, keep track of each screw and make sure it goes back exactly where it came from to avoid damaging your Xbox gamepad. Thanks to the magnetic base, the screws stay on the mat and you will not lose them. In the description, I left links where you can buy all the necessary repair tools. Let's get back to the water-damaged gamepad. The first step, remove the batteries from the gamepad. Turn over the controller so that no more liquid gets into it, and wipe it well with a towel. If you spilled any sweet liquid on your gamepad, I recommend not to postpone cleaning. It will be much more difficult to clean the buttons from sticking. Use a Torx T8 screwdriver to remove the 4 screws on the gamepad housing. Another screw is hidden under the sticker. As you can see, the gamepad is completely flooded inside. During the repair process, remove the remaining liquid. Remove the analog sticks, turn over the gamepad, and remove the back cover. Wipe the mainboard. Use a Torx T6 screwdriver to remove 2 screws, and remove the left and right triggers. Carefully take out the vibration motors from the gamepad housing. Remove the 2 screws and disconnect the 2 boards. Remove 6 more screws and remove the button control board. This silicone pad is a part of the button mechanism. The black conductive coating is in contact with the button control board. I do not recommend cleaning these black contacts with isopropyl alcohol. It is better to clean them under the water. We'll do it a little later. All buttons, panels, and screws, place them in any tray and fill with isopropyl alcohol. In this way, you will most likely clean all the buttons and parts. You can wash it under the water, but especially sugary drinks are not easy to wash, especially if the liquid is already dry. Use a cotton swab and isopropyl alcohol to wipe the mainboard. Don't worry, isopropyl alcohol is completely safe for electronic circuit boards. Also, isopropyl alcohol helps to remove chemical elements that could remain on the mainboard from spilled liquid. The chemical composition of different drinks, over time, can cause oxidation of the elements on the mainboard of the controller. Therefore, very carefully clean the contacts of all elements on the board. Please note, these contacts are graphite coated. I do not recommend heavily rubbing these contacts with isopropyl alcohol, otherwise you can wash off the coating and damage the contact. As a result, the button will not work. Just lightly clean these contacts. Also in the description, I left a link where you can buy a new button control board for the Xbox Series X controller. Please note, these screws have different sizes. Separate them so as not to make mistakes when reassembling the gamepad. The main panels you can wash just under the water. As I said, the silicone pad is a part of the button mechanism. This black conductive coating is in contact with the button control board that we cleaned earlier. To prevent sticking buttons, I recommend cleaning these silicone pads just under the water. If, after all the cleaning steps, one of the buttons does not work, the problem is in this control board or the silicone pad. In the description, I left a link where you can buy a new silicone pad for the Xbox Series X controller. All parts of the Xbox controller are cleaned. While parts dry up, you can rest, have a coffee, and start reassembling the gamepad. The gamepad is assembled. Now let's check how it works. So each of the buttons is fully functional. The buttons do not stick. The repair can be considered successful. In conclusion, I can recommend my other video instructions, where I show you how to disassemble and clean from dust Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S. If your Xbox is overheating and making a lot of noise, it's better to clean your game console. You are on HowFixIT. See you guys next time.